You may be looking at transportation of the future.
If we get the first one that's successful, we have 20,000 cities and towns from around the world that would want to use this.
And these solar-powered pods could be soaring through Bridgewater's downtown one day.
So our stake and vested interest is making these first projects successful.
Michael Stanley, the CEO of TransitX, the company behind the technology, presented a preliminary proposal to residents.
I think there's great potential.
Carlton Hunt chairs the Master Plan Committee and has been working closely with TransitX.
Obviously, I'm excited by it. I think it has great revenue. I think it can serve us with the safety issue that's in town. It can serve us well. I think quality revenue can come into town. I think it solves or begins to solve some of the transportation problems in town.
Light posts are connected by the rail that carries your pod nonstop to your destination. Think of it like an elevator control system. You'll specify your destination prior to boarding your pod, which is designed to carry up to 5 individuals, cargo, and roll-on items.
I hope to make walkable communities, which is really something that has been shown to really enhance the quality of life of an area.
Already the team has mapped out several routes with the potential for more.
There's a couple of different options, and I think for every route we have to work with the planning and the departments to figure out, okay, because then now you have trees, you have signaling, you have all the other things that you need to work through.
If we can get a resolution from the town council to go into a master licensing agreement, at that point, we can really start to study where the most effective use of it would be.
Residents do have some concerns, mostly over safety, brought up at the meeting.
What happens if somebody strikes one of your poles?
We're designing it to withstand a lot of things that the transportation systems now can't handle. Each of the poles is redundant, so if and they break away. So the poles, so one is they have bumpers, so it helps absorb the impact. The poles are also a fiber resin composite, so they give a little, and they don't generally break. But if you did have a semi and it hit it straight on, it should basically pop out, and you should continue operation because the guideways can do 150 feet unsupported. So even if you have a pole every 75 feet, and one breaks off, it should continue operating, and we should be able to replace that within a 24-hour period.
Stanley went on to say that if a pod does go out of service, the system is designed to go on with plenty of sensors to detect any additional issues.
One of the things that I've been told from experts is that this kind of concept it was around for a long time, but the economics, the software, the composite type material wasn't around 20 years ago.
Residents have also voiced concerns over costs. According to TransitX, this project will not require public funds.
Quite the opposite. In fact, the town can receive good quality revenue from three pathways. One, he would be leasing public space along public right-of-ways, most likely above sidewalks. He has indicated that the town would receive 5% of his gross revenue. And the third promise that he's made to the town is that he would actually construct one of his manufacturing facilities here in Bridgewater.
And if the project were to fail, TransitX would be obligated to remove the entire system.
Will be bonded for removal. So the installation process is it shouldn't actually require any pouring of concrete. These are direct burial lines that there's enough, it gives you enough of a force because it's so lightweight, so you'll be able to take it out very quickly and will be bonded for removal.
Testing will be done sometime this summer. For more information, you can view the presentation in its entirety on BTV Channel 9 and btvaccess.com.
There's lots of things to think about here that are not the immediate issue, but it's in the long term.